You know, my first guest from such films as Forrest Gump and Apollo 13. His latest movie, Impostor, opens January 4th. Please welcome very cool actor Gary Sinise. Now, Gary, you've achieved a lot of great things in your career, all right? But I think you've reached the pinnacle. You have an E-celebrity profile now, which I've actually, I've caught on TV.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Those things are hard. They're like potato chips. Once you start one of those, you can't stop.
Oh, yeah.
What was your experience like doing the E-celebrity profile?
Well, I didn't really do it. I mean, I did an interview for it.
Right.
They talked to me about, you know, my life and
right.
all that. And then they go off and interview a lot of other people and put pictures together and
right.
try to look up some
But the weird thing is
tragedy.
that, the reason I ask is that they always make it sound like tonight, Gary Sinise. And they make it sort of sound like the dark, sordid life of Gary Sinise. And you've had a nice life, and you're talented, and you work hard, and isn't that true that they kind of try and put that spin on it a bit?
You know, there's always, it's about an hour show, so there's always, right in the middle of the show, when you watch those profiles, there's always the turn to the dark side.
Right.
So, and with you know, and now he's in rehab, and he's going through the whole thing. With me,
then he murdered 4 people.
Yeah, right. He's thrown in jail, or you know. With me, it was getting D's in high school. I mean, it was no big deal.
That was the big.
Yeah. And now the darkness is that he can't make it through high school, and that's you know.
It's like they don't have a lot to work with there. And then he performed a little less good than he thought he would. Crushed, he did a little better.
Yeah, I can't help you. It's not that interesting.
Yeah. Now, you did, this is interesting, you did the staged version Cuckoo's Nest, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
And Ken Kesey, who wrote that, passed away recently. I was wondering, did you have any chance to talk to him or see him, or did he come see your production before he passed away?
Yeah, he did. He came, saw the show right after it opened sometime, probably in May, and he came backstage. He had a New York Times reporter with him. So the New York Times is following him around all day. They're interviewing him, going out to lunch, then they're going to go see a play, and then they're going to write an article about their day with Ken Kesey and what his response to the play was. So we'd done 8 shows that week. This was the final show of the week. I'm dripping sweat. We're exhausted.
Because it's a very physical show.
Physical show, funny. The audience goes crazy and everything. And so I know Kesey's there, and I come in to my dressing room, and he's backstage, and the first thing he says to me, and he goes, "I liked you better in that space movie."
You're kidding.
And so I'm like, oh, okay, good. And then he goes, "You know, the best production I ever saw of this was at a high school in Sacramento." Tremendous production. They had a giant machine on stage. It was great. And you should have seen Kirk Douglas do this part. He juggled and everything. It was magnificent.
So you're just shrinking? You're just becoming a tiny Gary Sinise?
And all the while, the New York Times is over there writing away, away, just everything he said. And then, of course, the article comes out, and the first thing they say is, you know, "I liked you better in that space movie."
Right. But did he say later on that he was kidding or anything? Because he's known for joking around.
He said, no, but you were super.
Right.
You were super.
All right. Well, that's nice. You got that. It's nice, I think, just to have someone like that see, see you perform. That would be the best part.
It was a great thing. They took pictures. I got a picture, you know, with Kesey. So it was just great. You know, he's kind of a legendary guy. And It was great to meet him.
Now, this new movie, Impostor, this looks very cool. It takes place in the future. It's got an amazing look to it. Describe. It's kind of a neat idea for a movie.
It takes place in the year 2079. It's based on a Philip K. Dick short story called Impostor. It was written in 1953, so it's actually, you know, way out there for being written that long ago. But it's the world is at war with these alien invaders that are invading the Earth, and I play this kind of engineer physicist who's developing a super weapon to defend the Earth from the aliens. And I come to work one day, and Vincent D'Onofrio's character is the head of, like, the Earth Security Agency, and he grabs me and they take me away and they accuse me of being an alien assassin. So they're going to execute me, I escape, and I have to spend the rest of the movie trying to prove that I'm innocent. It's a pretty cool story. It's kind of a cross between The Fugitive and Blade Runner. It keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Which can be dangerous. We have a clip here. Is there anything we need to know in addition to that? Or
I think this is the clip from when they're interrogating me, and he's actually accusing me of being this alien assassin.
Let's take a look at this clip from Impostor.
3 days ago, our special ops team intercepted a Centauri intelligence courier. This was on its body. We muddled through it and decoded your plan to infiltrate our installations using humanoid robots. What? It's not a mechanical robot at all, but a genetic cyborg evolved from synthetic DNA. It breathes, sweats, bleeds. But right here, it seems to have no idea what it is. You murdered Spencer Olin when he was most vulnerable, somewhere outside the city.
Please listen to me.
I know you're a tool for assassination.
I am Spencer Olin, you crazy...
I don't know what you're saying there. It better not be damn.
That's a good one.
There's no point to bleeping some things.
Yeah,
now you're shirtless in that role, something I would never do. You clearly can pull it off. 'Cause that involves working out, and that ain't gonna happen.
I did a little bit.
You've done this, you know, quite a bit in some of the work. It's called for you to be shirtless. Does it feel weird? Is this a theme you want to go for in your work?
No, Tom Cruise is going for that.
Yeah. No matter what role Tom Cruise plays, it's like, ugh.
Yeah. He looks.
I'm a surgeon. I better take my shirt off.
No, you know, I mean, that's they stripped me down there, and they're gonna execute me there.
Right, right.
I have been naked in a few things. I'm actually there's a shower scene in this at the beginning of the movie, so very interesting. Very interesting for people that like that. There was a movie I did. Actually, the first movie I did, I played a soldier, and he freaks out at the beginning of the movie and runs through the forest, ripping his clothes off. He ends up in a stream, and he's naked, babbling in a babbling brook.
Yeah, they would never get me naked in a stream. That takes a lot of, I mean, that's a...
Not in winter.
can be embarrassing, yeah.
This was winter, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. Widescreen. You wanted, before we went, you wanted to mention, you have a CD you wanted to mention before you went.
Look, I have a big band jazz CD that I play on, and it's...
What instrument do you play?
I play electric bass. I play on a couple of tracks, but it's got a bunch of great players on this, guys. Vinnie Colaiuta, Michael Brecker, Victor Bailey's on this record. It's written by a guy named Kimo Williams. Can you see that?
I'll do it right here, and then I'll get a nice pretty shot.
You get a nice pretty shot. But the only way you can get this CD right now is online at kimotion.org. It's KIMOTION.org. But it's a really good kind of big band symphonic jazz record. Pretty cool stuff.
Thanks. You got one for me and one for Max?
I got Max. I got this for you. It's free. Oh, good. It's free. You'll like that.
His eyes just lit up.
Merry Christmas.
Impostor opens January 4th. Gary Sinise, thanks for stopping by. Nice to have you. Patrick Warburton coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.